Well, this short screencast is about how to use two sets of data and find the regression lines, and then put both of them on the same graph and find the intersection of the two lines. So let's turn on our calculator, and obviously we're going to want to go to Stat Editor, so Stat and then Edit. And I've already inserted some phony data here in 4 different lists. So List 1 and List 2 are a pair of variables that may be tied to each other, and then List 4 and List 3 are a set of variables that are tied to each other. And I've kind of set it up so that there will be an intersection point. Now, what do you want to do? First of all, if you want to see this graphically, you're going to have to put these items in a stat plot, assuming that you're probably familiar with this, but just in case, it's second function button and then Y. And then I want to turn a plot on. And I want it to be a scatter diagram, and the X list is going to be list 1, so second function 1, and then the Y list is already listed as list 2. And I'll hit enter, and then I'll just open up my second stat plot right away. So second function Y again, plot 2, I'll turn that on, and here I want my X list to be list 3, so second function 3, and my Y list I want to be list 4. And then I'll just do a zoom 9, which is a zoom stat, and get a graph that they fit on. So you can see that the points are there. Now we want to do stat calculation, and in doing so we want to set it up so that it pastes our regression line into one of our Y functions. First of all, I want to make sure that the Y functions are already cleared out. So I'm going to hit Y equals, and in fact I already have something there, so I'm going to clear out the Y1 value. Now, stat, calculate, and then linear regression is our next move. And in a linear regression you can put either 2 or 3 arguments. The required arguments are what's the X list and what's the Y list. So if I want to do the first 2, it's list 1, so second function 1, and then comma is the delimiter, and then list 2. So I'm inputting the X list and the Y list. But then the third optional argument, I can put a comma in there, is where do I want to put the regression line? Rather than just seeing the output, I can actually paste it into a graph. So I'll click on the variables key here, and then Y variables, and then function, and then I'll just select Y1, and what it's going to do is going to use X list L1, Y list L2, and it's going to paste the regression line into Y1. I hit enter, and there's all my data. It tells me my R-squared value and what the equation of the line is. Now if I go back and look at the graph, it now actually pastes the regression line in there. I'll go to Stat, Calc, calculate the other regression line, so option 4, and now I want list 3 to be my X list and list 4 to be my Y list, and I'm going to hit variables key again after the delimiter, and again Y variables, function variable, but now I'm going to paste the second line in Y2 or any other Y value. And I hit enter and it performs my regression. Now when I go back and look at the graph, you can see that it draws in both regression lines. And then from here, you probably know what to do to find the intersection. I'm going to set a window that I know the intersection will fit onto here, and then I'll hit graph. Now both of the lines show up. So now I'm going to do a zoom box and kind of zero in on this a little bit. And there you can see the intersection point. So next I'll do second function trace, and then select intersect, and then so my students don't even think about this. They just hit enter, enter, enter. So hit enter, it moves to the next line, hit enter again, and then the guess will be pretty close to where you are, and there's your intersection point. Hope this helps.